It's cool to hate Michael Bay, and why shouldn't we? He's the guy who spent the last several years subjecting us to awful films like The Island and Pearl Harbor and the Transformers trilogy. So when a movie like Pain and Gain comes out, the Michael Bay directed true story about a trio of bodybuilders whose attempts to rob a multimillionaire goes horribly, horribly wrong, we're all real quick to jump on the old here comes another piece of garbage bandwagon. But let me ask you this, is it really Michael Bay that we hate so much? According to Box Office Mojo, the average domestic earnings for a Michael Bay film are $186 million. That is a lot of money to give to a director who we all hate so very, very much. I think our true loathing of Michael Bay comes from the fact that even though we know that he's not a great filmmaker, that his plot devices aren't intelligent, that he substitutes substance for flash and sex appeal, when all of these elements are thrown together in a high-octane movie trailer, we're all suddenly hypnotized like a bunch of brainwashed moths into sitting through a movie that anyone 12 or older should be smart enough not to pay money to see. But we see them, don't we? And I'm just as guilty as any of you are. And it was this guilt that, as soon as I heard about Michael Bay's next movie, made me automatically not want to see it. Even after I saw the first trailer and I reluctantly found it amusing, I still didn't want to see it. And even while I was sitting there in the theater, I didn't want to find Mark Wahlberg's character so pathetically flawed and human. I didn't want The Rock to be my new big brother. And I didn't want Tony Shalhoub's amazingly versatile talents to be featured in a Michael Bay film. But it all was. Was the movie great? Maybe not by classic Hollywood standards, but I went to a late night showing of Pain and Gain at Cinemagic. And for a movie that's over 2 hours long, that didn't get out until after 1 in the morning, that is directed by Michael Bay, it held my interest and attention until the very end. So if you're someone who sat through all of Michael Bay's other atrocities, you really owe it to yourself to go out and see the first one in the last 10 years that you can actually justify as being perfectly entertaining. Oh, I need to get in shape.